News just coming in from the United States of America. The US Supreme Court has denied Mumbai 26/11 terror attacks accused Major Tahawar Hussain Rana's application seeking a stay on his extradition to India. Now, Major Tahawar Hussain Rana of the Pakistan Army, living in Canada, a part of Lashkar-e-Taiba's sleeper cell in the United States of America, convicted of a terror attack or a terror plot in Denmark, had renewed his emergency application for stay pending litigation of a petition of a writ of habeas corpus and requested that the renewed application be directed to Chief Justice Roberts in the United States of America. But on Monday, a notice on the Supreme Court website said, and I quote, application denied by court. This is a major development and paves the way for Tahawar Hussain Rana's extradition to India to face trial in the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks case. I want to quickly bring in India Today's legal editor Nalini Sharma for more on this big breaking story. Nalini, finally decks cleared for this Pakistani-origin Canadian Dr. Tahawar Hussain Rana to face trial in India, or can he still seek some legal recourse? Can he take to some legal recourse in America to avoid being sent to India to face trial in 26/11 Mumbai case?
Well, Gaurav, all his options before the US Supreme Court have officially exhausted, with this application being rejected by none other than the Chief Justice of the US Supreme Court itself. And the reason why it's important, Gaurav, is because when the extradition was first ordered by the US Supreme Court, the prosecutors and the Department of Justice at that time had assured Tahawar Rana that he will not be handed over to the Indian agencies till the time his emergency application is not decided upon. Now that an order has come on his emergency application and we're still waiting for the full copy of the order, but now that we know that it's been rejected, that officially means that Tahawar Rana can be handed over to the Indian officials for his extradition proceedings to officially kick off, which means that his return back to India can be expedited now from this order coming in from the US Supreme Court. Gaurav, if you remember, in this emergency application that he had filed, he categorically stated that the reason why he's afraid of being extradited back to India is because he's of Pakistani origin and also he's a Muslim, and considering the kind of atrocities the minority communities in India are facing, there's a very strong likelihood that he might not even be allowed to face trial and might even face death before he faces the trial. But all of those grounds have obviously held no water by the US Supreme Court, which on Friday had met in a private conference where they have decided that there is no merit in this application, because of which it has now been rejected and officially the decks have been cleared.
So here is a Pakistani terror supporter who wants to take recourse to every legal loophole to try avoid facing trial. I want to bring in India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan joining us for more on this case. And Geeta, India has relentlessly pursued this case. This man is a wanted terrorist supporter in India. He's carried out reconnaissance operations not just in Mumbai but also in Delhi and several other Indian cities. So there are many links of Pakistani state and quasi-state involvement in 26/11 that he can shed light on. Why is this extradition so important, Geeta?
Well, it is absolutely important that India starts bringing what Pakistan is not doing, starts bringing people to India to bring them to justice, because otherwise there is no justice on any count when it comes to 26/11, because like India has been saying, like every previous spokesperson in the past, Gaurav had said, which began with Syed Akbaruddin, that 99% of the evidence lies in Pakistan. The onus lies on Pakistan to really bring the perpetrators to book. This is India's window. But remember, this is just part of procedure. The announcement was made not by courts but by Donald Trump himself when Prime Minister Modi was there in his presence at that press conference where we were there. I was there, and he made that very clear that they're going to send a terrible man, a terrorist, back to India. So all this, him trying to find or seek recourse, is to no avail. He will be brought to India. It's only a matter of time.
India Today has the best team of reporters getting you a 360-degree perspective on this big story. I've covered the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. I've covered the trial of David Coleman Headley in that Chicago federal court. And there is a lot of information that these terrorists and terror supporters and enablers have. I want to bring in Shivani Sharma into this conversation. Shivani, as far as this terror plot is concerned, now, Ajmal Amir Kassab, he got a fair trial in India. After following due process of law, he was ultimately hanged for his crimes. And look at people like Tahawar Hussain Rana, after carrying out the terror attack in our country, they claim Muslims are not safe in India. That is yet another attack on our country. Of course, an attack like this, which is carried out by some even within this verbal attack on India's integrity. But this doesn't cut ice anymore, Shivani. It's very crucial that Tahawar Hussain Rana is handed over and he spills the beans on who were the masterminds of 26/11 in the Pakistani state, Shivani.
Certainly, Gaurav, this is a big breakthrough where India had been trying for his extradition, and now supposedly he'll be very soon in India and the investigations will go on. We know that Pakistan has not supported this investigation of 26/11, and it took so long because of Pakistan's not supporting India in this investigation. There had been a lot of pressure from India, from international bodies also. And after all, after trying all the tricks, Tahawar Rana, his plea has been denied. He will be extradited and the investigation will go on, and perhaps justice will be done to all those who lost their lives in this attack. And it is actually laughable, Gaurav, when Tahawar Rana is trying to say that India is not safe for minorities. Look at Pakistan, what's happening out there. And look at how it has been pushing terrorists inside Indian boundaries. And India has been raising this issue internationally. And now Pakistan is exposed. Every time it tries these tricks, it gets exposed, and once more it is exposed of all the terror that it has been harboring.
Shivani,
in its
Nalini
country.
and Geeta, India's finest team of reporters on ground, our correspondents and editors are tracking the story, and we will stay on top. For the moment, many thanks for joining me.